What's going on, guys? Charged up here in the garage with the R6. And as you can see, we've got our brake lines on. I previously did a video on the Spiegler Steel Braided brake line kit with the ABS for the R6. Now, I just wanted to quickly do a video, just voice my opinion on the installation process and how hard the installation can be. Alright guys, so this is the Spiegler, I'm hoping I'm saying it right, for the Yamaha R6 2017 and up, so up until 2020, 2021. This is 5 lines, so it comes with 5 brake lines from Spiegler. First thing I want to say is the actual instructions on this part. There's the instructions that come with it, regardless, but this part right here, where it actually says that these components or each brake line is supposed to be individually marked. Mine came in with no markings, no indications of what brake line goes where. So I just had to figure it out on my own. It's not hard to do, but the fact that they tell you that they label stuff and it's not labeled, that was kind of annoying. Now, when it comes to actually installing the brake line kit, it's not a hard install, but if you're not familiar with the braking system or a do-it-yourself guy in the garage, I wouldn't recommend you doing this. It's actually a lot of work. It can be a little annoying, to be honest with you, when you get into the little tiny areas of the bike in the back, and especially in front of the radiator, so you don't actually destroy some of the fins. It can be a little challenging if you don't have the right tools also. If you don't feel confident to do it, just take it to a shop, take it to a bike shop and do it, or just follow my videos. So I'll tell you guys what I ran into with this kit. Everything was fine. Obviously bled the brakes, no brake fluid anywhere. Took off the brake lines. I actually did both at the same time. And then it came to installing the brake lines. Now, installing brake lines, I had to actually figure out what brake line went where. The rear is pretty easy because obviously it's got a small one here and a super long one for the back along the swing arm. The front, however, I had to actually play around and kind of think to myself where the connections are and what's the best placement for it, because it wasn't labeled when it came out of the package. Apparently these do come labeled, so hopefully if you do order yours is labeled. The second thing I ran into, and this is the biggest part, once you run the line to the manifold and then you go from the manifold down to the calipers, you have to move the fittings. You have to move the banjo bolt fittings. And in order to do that, they send you this little blue tool right here. So you take this tool and you put it around the crimp. You put it around the crimp of the brake line. And then you grab either channel locks, a wrench, or if you have a vise. In this case, I don't have a vise in my garage, but if you have a vise, then you put this in the vise. And then that would allow you to then grab this piece. You put this through the eye hole of the fitting. And then as you're holding the brake line, this actually turns the fitting. Now, I ran into the issue where these little plastic pieces, and I hope you guys can see, I'll try and see if I can zoom in here. So there's these little plastic pieces, as you can see on the inside, it's all white. And that's because this is plastic, the steel braided lines are metal. When you're pushing plastic hard and you're crimping it with metal, first thing that's gonna give way is the plastic. And that's what happened with mine. No matter how hard I tried to crimp it down or put pressure on the crimps so I can turn the fitting, it just will not. It just would not work. That was unfortunate because then I had to contact Spiegler, and initially they said they were gonna send me these blue holders again so I can try again. Obviously I was happy because I was like, all right, cool, I'll just wait for those. And then I got a call back from Spiegler telling me that because I live in Canada, they can't help me. So that was pretty disappointing considering that I ordered the kit, I paid for the kit, you shipped me the kit, even though I live in Canada, you shipped me the kit, and then you can't ship me these little things because I live in Canada? Anyways, I thought that was a little half-ass and not really helping your customers, because if you sell the product to Canada or Canadian residents, you should probably help them out if they need this little tiny bullshit plastic piece. Anyways, regardless of that, I did speak with the same guy when he called me back, and he said that I could try using the pliers or the channel locks on the fittings metal to metal. And I was like, well, if I do that and I scratch the stupid brake lines, because obviously you have to put a lot of force onto it, I'm gonna be pretty annoyed. About it. Anyway, so he told me to try it and let him know how it goes. I ended up grabbing a wrench. I put it on the crimp portion of the brake line, and then I actually turned it with this thing. Once I did crimp down on it, you could hear a tiny bit of a click noise when you clamp down on it because it's metal on metal, but then I was able to move it afterwards. That was my biggest negative about the install, is that I didn't really receive that much help from Spiegler, especially when it came to this nonsense, because in my opinion, when you do plastic versus metal, the plastic's always going to give way first anyway. Living in Canada, apparently they won't help you. I was just wondering, like, what would happen at that point if the steel braided lines were actually defective, would they then take it back and send me a new kit? Or would they just be like, oh, sorry, you live in Canada, you're on your own? So I just wanted to let you guys know that's what I ran into when it came into the install. Once I got the fittings turned around to the right spot, lined up properly, everything else just went pretty easy afterwards. Hope you guys enjoyed that video too. And I just wanted to let you guys know about my experience installing these. Once again, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button if you did, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell for future videos with the R6. Until the next one.